I don't know who needs to hear this, but you are going through a death of an identity. You are going through a death of the old self. And you might be asking how I know this. And I know this because I'm going through the same thing as well. There is something that is shifting within me that even though I'm not quite understanding, I know that this is part of my authentic self and my real self coming out. And I know that if I'm going through it, there's at least one other person going through this as well. So I want to talk specifically to the people that are feeling uncomfortable in this void. Because when you are going through a death of an identity, it's really uncomfortable because you are saying goodbye to a lot of your old stories that feel really familiar. Maybe the people in your life that you used to resonate with but don't resonate with anymore. And letting go of people is always really, really uncomfortable. And I think one of the most difficult things is actually saying goodbye to the things that used to excite you, but it doesn't excite you anymore. And you're sort of in this in-between period of, I don't know what's next, but I'm still not fully into where I am right now as well. And so you're energetically in between places. And if you don't have some sort of spiritual connection, spiritual root, or spiritual practice, this is the time when you could spiral, right? Like this is the time when you can make meaning out of a lot of things, because this is when the doubts come up. This is when the fears come up. This is when all of those thoughts where your inner critic can just be really loud. And this is when you can identify as a failure, identify as somebody who's lost, somebody who's confused. And even if we identify with that, can we just come back to the truth that there's nothing wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with being confused and being lost, right? Because being lost is just another opportunity for us to find our true self. And so I made a video earlier about, stop assuming that you have problems in life. And this is part of it. It's like when you're in this void, when you don't know where you are, you're still trying to find a place where you truly belong in, and you don't know where to go. Like, what is the meaning that you're making of this phase of your life? One of the most important things that I've learned being in the void is that life is so incredibly cyclical. Like life is so rhythmic. It really took me a while to find that word, but like there's a rhythm to life, right? There is a season where you're hustling and where you're just creating. There is a season where you're simply planting a seed. There is a season where you're harvesting. And so if you can just trust the phases of your life, the seasons of life, then you're not going to judge yourself based on where you are, because there is a season of summer, of winter, of spring. There is a season of planting the seed, of nurturing the seed, of harvesting what you have planted. And they don't all come on the same day, right? And they don't all come at the same time. And so if you can be okay with where you are and not judging your experience, and basically, again, just coming back to your energy, working on your own energy. And what does it mean to work on your energy? For me, that looks like sitting in stillness every single day. It really makes me think about how in the olden days, like you have all these monks that would just, disappear into the mountains and they would just meditate and nobody could disturb them. And that was part of their solitude, right? And now living in the modern world, of course, some people still do that, but maybe it's a little bit harder because we have responsibilities. We have things to take care of, people to take care of, pets to take care of, and so my time to myself every single morning is equivalent to the monk in the mountains. Like I have to sit with myself. I have to sit in solitude, because if I have not met myself, it's not going to be good for everyone else, right? Like I cannot give if I haven't, I cannot give to others if I haven't given to myself. And so this is really incredibly important in this period of when you're in the void, when you're in the unknown. And personally, I have been doing a lot of Joe Dispenza meditations as well. And really his work is all about coming back to the present moment and being okay with the unknown. So I think this is just part of that restructuring, right? Like this is part of me just needing to go with the flow, and whoever is watching this and resonating with this as well. So I just want to send a reminder to everyone, if you are in the void and if you are in the unknown and you don't know what's next, I know how it feels. And what I know to be true for all of us is that what is on the other side of this void, what is on the other side of this death of identity, is going to be so good. And I know it. I know it. Like, you might be asking how I know. I just know. I know. Like, I'm so intuitive. I've literally predicted things for other people and myself so accurately. And so it's like I have such a strong connection with my soul, because again, this is a relationship that I nurture. If you want to learn how to do that, you should definitely join my anti-manifesting manifestation guide, because that's exactly what I teach you: to connect with soul, heal your relationship with the unknown and the divine. And when you have a connection with soul, you don't have to force knowing. You don't have to force certainty and truth. Does that mean that I don't experience fears and doubts? Of course I do. But they don't last very long, because I know that when I believe in a doubt, or when I believe in fear or lack, I'm believing in an illusion. And so I know that I can manifest despite doubts, despite lack, despite fears, because I have such a strong connection with my soul. This is just the way I live. And this is how I want everyone to live. Like, having a connection with your soul will change your life. It will change the way you see life, you perceive life, and it will change the way that you also perceive the other end of this spectrum, which is illusion, lack, right? Fears and doubts. Like, it really changes the way that you perceive things and the way that you live. Okay, so I hope that this video helped one person. And if it did, comment below. Let me know how you're feeling and if any of you are actually resonating with this. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.